Guys, it's TheFrXion here, Tiger Tank 1, 2, however you want to call me, I don't really care. And today we are going to be talking about the Italian event that was going on until tomorrow. That's still going on, actually. You have one more day to get the Progetto Mod 35 M46 for free. And this tank, actually, it's Progetto M35 Mod 46, excuse me. And since I have the tank in my garage now, I thought it would be a great time to talk about the event. It would be a great time to recap all the things, the different stages, what I liked about the event, what I didn't like, and if I think the tank is worth it. Now, obviously, this is not going to be a tank review in that kind of sense, so don't expect some in-depth review of this vehicle. I've only played 2 or 3 matches in it. I've had a lot of fun with it so far. The new mechanic is very entertaining. It's a very new, exciting new feature that does seem very familiar to you because it does kind of take, the best parts of being an autoloader and at the same time a standard one loading gun system. And I think it's really cool. It's really interesting, and I like that they're adding new stuff. So adding new stuff, I think that's a pretty damn good keyword because they're going to be adding the Polish tech tree soon as well. They have just informed us of the new tier 8 premium Polish heavy tank that is coming out. I don't even think it has a name yet, but it's like ridiculously overpowered already in its looks and in its statistics, I think. They said something about a commander's hatch in the front of the vehicle that is like super vulnerable with 270 millimeters of armor at tier 8. Like, what the hell are you freaking guys smoking? 278 millimeters of armor at the front. Like, what? That's not a weak spot. But yeah, enough of that. We're going to be talking about the Progetto M35 Mod 46 and this event that has been going on. Now, this is not the first time that Wargaming have had an event like this where you could unlock a tier 8 premium tank. They had this previously with the T44 100, with the T25 Pilot, and I think with another tank, but I'm not entirely sure which one it was. So, all in all, generally speaking, I do enjoy these events. These events are great ways to get us people in the game and get us playing, and even being able to get something for free, because we have been, let's face it, we've been playing this game for a very long time. We've paid a lot of money. Some of us have invested a lot of money into this game, and I think it's just fair that Wargaming are making 1 or 2 steps towards us. So how were you able to get this tank? Well, 10 stages, and the tank was only sold as a bundle. Now, obviously, I think that was given because if they would have sold the tank only, just being the vehicle only, if they would have given you a 30% discount or 40% discount, the tank would have been already like somewhere down. I'm not even sure if they would sell it as a single tier 8 premium tank for $35, and they kind of all of a sudden drop like give you the 50% mark. You're already going to be at 17 or $18, and that's pretty damn good for tier 8. And since they did it with a bundle, when you hit the 50% mark, pretty much what you did get was a discounted tier 8 premium tank for the price of a standard tier 8 premium vehicle with some goodies. Basically, that's what you get. These goodies that you get afterwards, like the additional experience, credit boosters. Credit boosters, like, people are really excited about these credit boosters. Then equipment, all that kind of stuff, and credits. Now, obviously, we can argue about the fact: do you really need that? For myself, I have so many things in my account. I don't need any of that. I don't need premium time. I don't need the credits. I don't need the equipment. But it's nice to have, and I'm certainly not complaining that they added that into the bundle. So, looking at myself, I have the Progetto now in the garage. Did I get it just by playing the game? Yes, I did get this tank by playing the game, but this is the big but. I did not get it completely for free. I bought this tank at stage 8. So I paid $12 for this vehicle with the additional 2 stages that I haven't completed yet. And that was $12. And is this vehicle worth $12? Absolutely yes. Any tier A premium tank for $12 is a bargain. If we take a look at some of the tier A premium tanks right now, they're going to be costing us around, let's take a look at the IS-6. This vehicle probably does cost us about, I think, 11,000 or 12,000 gold right now, and that is the equivalent of about, I think, $40 or $50. So we can just go to the USSR, and we're going to take a look at a heavy tier 8 vehicle that we can buy. Yeah, somehow I just cannot look at it, but I'm pretty damn sure that it's somewhere around 12,000, 11,750, something along those lines. So it's a pretty damn expensive vehicle, and if you pay 12 bucks for a tier 8 premium tank, that gives you pretty much the same amount of credits and XP as other tier 8 premium tanks do, like the Primo Victoria, for example. I think that's a very good deal. But taking a look at this from a different standpoint, this event really did excuse me, this event really did need you to invest a lot of time into this game. Now, if you didn't complete the tier 10 missions, you'd have to get like 312,000 base experience. And that was the big problem. You could not add the 5 times multiplier to that base experience, since it's just base experience. Now, obviously, that kind of sucks. The grind for this vehicle, I mean, you're just playing tanks, but at the same time, you're leveling up in the stages. For people who really wanted this tank for free, they had to have invested at least, I think, more than 30 or 40 hours into this game. And they had to be in the top 10 of experience earned in each game. And when you kind of have a loss, you don't get a lot of experience. If you don't have a premium tank, if you don't have premium time, you're not going to get a lot of experience. So things might really prolong themselves for a very long time. So it's a very, very grindy kind of thing. So obviously I didn't want to grind that much. I kind of took the other route with the tier 10 objectives. And these tier 10 tank objectives, like, they were doable, yes, definitely. But they were kind of annoying as well, because you would have to have the perfect game. Now, I've been playing a lot of tier 10s in the recent few weeks because of this event. And I don't want to brag or anything, but I do think I am decent enough in my tier 10 tanks to be able to complete all of these missions. I did get it to tier 8, to stage 8, and I think stage 8 was like get 850 base experience for 20 games. And I was just not ready to play any more World of Tanks. I didn't want to play any more World of Tanks because I was kind of annoyed by the amount of time I've spent into World of Tanks in the last 2 weeks. And then I just decided to buy the tank because the 80% discount was totally worth it for me, right? And even at 70% or 60%, this tank for $20 would still be worth it. And that's the thing that I see as a positive with this event. The Progetto M35 Mod 46 is totally worth it if you are willing, like, I mean, if you don't want to get this tank for free, but you want to get a discount, and you play, you know, World of Tanks for every few days a bit, and you get like to stage 5 or 6, you're gonna get a 60% discount. And I think it's totally worth it when you get a 60% discount, because all of a sudden you're paying $27 instead of the $68 for the tank and some goodies. And I think that is very fair. If they would do something like this every time around, I think it would be a very fair way of distributing premium vehicles into World of Tanks, allowing those guys who have enough time, who are very dedicated to get the tank for completely free, and the other ones who maybe don't have a lot of time but don't want to pay $60 for a tank, that they at least can get it for like 35 or like, I don't know, $30 reduced at a price. I think that is what makes people happy. I know this layout of the event was never meant to be as easy to get everyone this tank for free. That's not what they are supposed to do. That's not what they're ever going to do. They are never going to give out a tank for you to you for free like this, at least not a tier 8. And that's exactly what they did. They allowed us to get there, get a free tank if we wanted to spend the time in it, if we were able, and if we were willing to sacrifice so much of our time. But at the same time, if you didn't want to do that, you could just get the tank with the bundle by playing some games, getting to a certain stage, and still getting a reduction. And I think that is fair. Now, some people obviously will be complaining because the way that they did handle this event with that kind of grindy aspect, it is kind of a drag, I know, but at the same time, I think it is fair on this common ground to distribute a tier 8 premium tank like this into the game. That's much better than giving out, selling a Prima Victoria for the price of $50 because it's a new tank and you have no other option to only buy this vehicle or with 3 or 5 fucking different bundles, and you don't have any other option to play this tank or get this tank through another way. You couldn't even get the discount. Now, I think this would be a great way to make the entire World of Tanks population a lot more stable. If they would do this with every single tier 8 premium tank that they're distributing into the game, I think this would be a great way. They don't need to bring every tier 8 premium tank out for free. No, that's not what I mean. But it would be fair if they would adjust the prices. And doing what they did with the Progetto in this event, I think it was fair to say that people were really excited to play World of Tanks again to get this tank, or at least some different kind of stages of price reduction. And this tank, in my opinion, it certainly is worth it. It's a very, very nice looking tank, first and foremost, and it is fairly competitive. I don't really know the specific statistics on this vehicle. I don't know the specific loadout. I know it's a 90mm gun with 212mm of penetration, and that you cannot change the rounds in between the magazine. Like when you're reloading a round, you cannot just hit like the 2 key and load a APCR round into the magazine, which would be like super crazy if you could like put in a heat or a high explosive shell with one of the AP shells, because that would make the thing just that much more like tactical. Just imagine if you were fighting a Waffenträger of Panzer 4 and you could just load like a second or third shot with high explosive into your clip because you peeked him, you know that he was there, and then you can just finish him off with this second round of high explosive ammunition. Now, certainly that really doesn't work, unfortunately. I tested it out, and yeah, other than that, I think this vehicle is fairly competitive. It does have very, very decent mobility. It's one of those vehicles that obviously doesn't have a lot of armor, but it's not supposed to have a lot of armor. It's supposed to be one of those flanking medium tanks that just happens to have one of those very special guns. So yeah, that kind of concludes my thoughts on this event. I think it was a success for Wargaming. It was a success for the players. It's nice to see these events happening sometimes in between. I would love to see them more happening more often than they are happening right now. But props to them. They did a nice and good job with adding the Progetto into the game, the first Italian vehicle, getting people excited about it, and getting more people to play the game at the same time. That's where they did a very, very decent job at. So, yeah, now we're gonna just round off this game by playing the Progetto. I actually completely forgot to tell you guys that we're playing this. This is live action gameplay and commentary, just so you know. Yeah, we're pushing the 0 line And you can see that this poor IS-7 over here tried to hold the line with a Progetto and was completely annihilated in that try. So, let's see what this tank is made of. Oh, actually, I think we're gonna get hammered here. Yeah, unfortunately, we just ran into 2 Waffenträgers of Panzer IV. I don't have the Sixth Sense skill set yet, and obviously, I should have paid a lot more attention because I knew that these tanks would be hiding over here. That would be the only safe place that they still have on this map. But it doesn't really matter, since we are still going to win this match. Let's just see that we can finish it on a high and get some more damage and some more assistance damage rolled up. So I'm sorry if I still sound a bit sick. Unfortunately, the allergy related causes are not going to stop anytime soon. I could ask nature to stop sending me all the different allergenic flowers that are trying to, you know, bloom right now. But I don't think that that is going to happen anytime soon. So here we can see this tank in action and what happens when you fully unload the clip. And you can see that we only... Oh god, there's a VK100 over there. That the reload time is a lot longer than usual when you have a round in your clip left. So that's exactly what you should try. You should always have 1 round in your clip. Only clip your entire magazine if you have no other option, because doing it like this, you're going to be able to do more damage, have a better rate of fire, and always have a round in the chamber in case something happens. If you always completely clip your vehicle, it's going to take you a lot longer to reload. It's going to be a lot less effective, but there are times where you have to unload your clip and to get the max potential damage out. But I think it's so cool that you can constantly fire, so you're not going to be as helpless as a Batchet is, for example, if he's running away and you know, he just clipped. So it's going to make the entire meta a bit more interesting, because all of a sudden you have tanks that you do know that can reload in time, and that probably will do that in that will be ready to fire at you at the same time. And at the same time, I just have to say, this tank is great. The accuracy is nice, the pen of the tank is good, the gun handling is really, it feels right. It feels like a good medium tank, and not just any tier A premium that Wargaming have just kind of given us the chance to play with. I think it's certainly a strong vehicle, but not overpowered because of its lack of armor. So I'd say that is a pretty damn good wrap off this this game and this tank. Oh, okay, I didn't kill the IS-7. It looked like I killed the IS-7 right there, but yeah, 3000 damage, 2351 damage spotted. That's not too bad. That's like my 3rd game in this vehicle, and you can see it has a lot of potential, and that's just exactly what you need. And it does make a lot of credits as well. We didn't use a single APCR shell. That's 97,000 credits after we take out the expense of auto resupplying of ammunition and repairing the vehicle. So pretty nice tank, and obviously I love detailing voices. So yeah, I'd say this event was a full success. A very nice event, made a lot of people get back into the game, and I think a lot of people more excited about the upcoming Italian tanks. And yeah, all I can say is I hope Wargaming keep up their good work. I hope that they keep up the events that they're adding, because these events pretty much breathe in new life into this game, and that's exactly what this game needs from time to time. It has a very good foundation, very, very, very good foundation right now because of the update 1.0. I think it can only go upwards from here on out. And if they are more fair to the customer with their prices and their models and not trying to, you know, excuse me, not trying to push us with these overpowered tier 8 premium tanks, like power creep them, they will be able to get some of their very positive feedback back into the game. I think a lot of people would return. So, as always, I would love to hear you guys' opinion on this tank, on this event. Did you get the Progetto M35 Mod 46 for free? If so, write it down in the comment section. How long did it take you? Or did you buy it? Are you excited about the Italian tanks, and do you think it was a fair model of wargaming? Now that's a lot of questions. So yeah, I'm gonna be waiting for your answers, and I'm gonna see you guys on the next one. Peace out.